We're live.
Anthony Lesiani, Portraits Podcast, Pears on a Pod, the Pear
Yeah,
YouTube channel.
run through my
list.
Run through the
Anthony
list.
everywhere.
All right, I'll run through my list before we get into this review. So it's Pears on a Pod co-host. We've got the Portraits Podcast co-host. We've got ThePear, and we've also got
superstar on Portraits videos, like when he bought a T-shirt with
multiple time appearance on the Port Adelaide channel, and also the captain of SPOS. So
yes,
that's how we get it.
Busy boy.
Boys,
That was a tense one. Everyone was tightening their sphincters at the end there.
yeah,
Wow.
there was a lot of tightness in it.
A lot of
I'll
tightness.
get it. There's the Adelaide Oval. Look at
Oh,
that. That's
baby.
nice. There we are. We got nice. We're looking good. Yeah, so Port Adelaide getting the job done. No one's going to fucking join this, are they?
Who's joining us?
Doesn't matter. We're going live.
They can watch it later.
And yeah, how was that, lads? Is that like
Wow, how was that?
I'm a little bit stunned.
I can tell you, I'm
On
so
the
glad.
edge of my
I
seat.
came all the way here from the Gold Coast, and I wish I was on their flight on the way home.
Yeah,
Just to remind them about it.
seriously.
It was good coming from interstate to have a win like that, a thrilling win. I was watching it with Nick. It was intense, exciting, and the crowd was just electrifying. It's almost like we're back to pre-pandemic kind of atmosphere there. It was really exciting.
Yeah, I reckon it was roughly about 27, 28,000.
They didn't say the score. They didn't say
The
how
crowd
many-
is
No,
so
they
friggin' loud. That's the thing.
Doesn't matter about the
Could have
crowd.
been
It's so
5,000
loud.
people
They're
there would have been just as
roaring.
I
loud.
just saw a comment. I just want to see the live chat. Hello, Aussie Dan. Welcome
Dan?
to the stream.
G'day, Aussie Dan.
Welcome to the live review of Port Adelaide versus Gold Coast.
How special's that?
I want to acknowledge Charlie Dixon in the ruck.
Oh, he
I
was
thought his second
body.
half was one of the best he's played this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to acknowledge Connor Rosie's game. I thought he was absolutely
It
sensational.
was brilliant.
I'm going to acknowledge Dan Houston's four-quarter effort in the middle.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to acknowledge Todd
Marshall.
Marshall for
Marshall,
being the
of course.
greatest forward in South Australia right now.
Oh, well, yeah.
And
Almost all the time.
finally, I'm going to acknowledge a bloke that I thought died in the second quarter and lost his balls. Xavier Dersman. I thought he was absolutely excellent. He laid some
X was
crucial
great.
tackles. Who we got here?
Are
The-
you still
the
concerned about our
Mikey-
forward line in any way, shape or form?
I'm not concerned about our forward line anymore.
Nope.
Not
I
not
think
now.
the-
Not now with Marshall owning it and
Mitch is
Georgiades.
getting goals.
Yeah.
Marshall getting goals.
Georgiades, if he can kick straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
2
something.
goals for today. Was impressive. Who we got here? We got Mikey Johnston fan club. We've got William Hickey. We've got Striker. We're going right here, lads. By the way,
Anthony, I
just cause Aussie Dan's still here. What do you love more, Travis Boak or Todd Marshall? Get out of the screen. Come
really?
on.
Did he see the idea that he asked that shows he's just an
Hey, Aussie Dan, what I'll say to you is when Travis Boak changed his boots in the last quarter, I knew it was going to be a
You changed your pants.
quarter changing. I tell you what, I was getting pretty edgy. What else we got? Jared Bishop, welcome to the stream. That was elite. What a gritty game. Corey
Loved it.
Chalice.
Oh,
I think
man.
is it Chalice, mate? Confirm that for me. Marshall is now 31 goals, 7 for the year.
Oh, did I, Dick?
The most accurate kick in the AFL.
I like
He
the
is,
Port
he
Adelaide's
is.
tweet.
Matt
Death taxes
Phillips, Port Adelaide legend.
and Death taxes and Todd Marshall kicking goals.
Love you too.
Guarantees.
That's it. I got his name right.
Very
Chalice.
King Chalice.
I like that. CC and dry.
Oh, I'll have one of those.
V8 Supercar 9402 hashtag number 2. Hello, that was unbelievable. Go Power. I thought Gold Coast was going to win in the last minute. They did not. Hooray.
Well,
All right, when Boak missed that
Could've
goal
gone.
and I thought it went in, I literally lost half of my clothing. Lucky I didn't lose it all, otherwise I'd been pretty embarrassing.
You would have been running on that oval.
1, 2, 3 ABC. We've got a few people in here. It's very, very good. Matty,
this is great.
I want to ask you a question. Coming from the Gold Coast,
Yes.
and you've travelled here, had a great game. Like you went to Alberton yesterday, you experienced the precinct, which is bloody fantastic.
The precinct is amazing.
How was the experience as a travelling fan to come to the Adelaide Oval? You've obviously done it a couple of times, but this week here in the middle of winter, the Adelaide Oval, how's it been for you?
It's exciting. What the thing about it is the things that you get on the flight and are looking forward to and that they deliver. So the never tear us apart, not giving in. I think just the atmosphere, Walshy there, delivering, meeting you guys. The atmosphere at the club was amazing. The museum setup is just done so in a classy way. You don't want to do it and make it in a way that looks tacky and shit. So it's classy. It's done really well. The precinct's a really good setup and very welcoming for everyone. I put the video up on the Portress Podcast Facebook yesterday. I did a 9-minute tour of the place. So yeah, it's really exciting. And the idea that we win by 2 points, and not I get over here to see it. I'm just excited, mate.
I can tell.
One thing you don't get, and everyone who's watching right now that wasn't at the game, we know that when you win, you're jumping up and down in your lounge rooms, but to be there again, just at the in the seats in the stands, far out. That's just not to be forgotten. It was pretty exciting. So
that's
I'm not convinced after that we will. Dominate in the finals, but we might make the finals.
Oh, I agree.
But,
We're
scary in the finals. But
the thing about it is, earlier this year we were grinding out games and we didn't finish them off.
Yes.
Today we somehow held on to that bloody thing, and I think just the way we were grinding it, and getting the job done was absolutely fantastic. What's going on here, striker? I can't believe we passed around the defensive most choked. When I saw on the clock there was a minute 40 to go, and we're switching the play to play defensive, I thought
that was disappointing a bit.
Choke, but we didn't, thankfully.
There's still room for improvement on the ability to be composed in that last couple of minutes. I still feel like we're not a side that has. That was. If you guys, there was people saying that we were lucky today, and when we've won games like that in the past, we might not have been lucky, but we actually did it really well. And I'd say there was something to be said about a bit of luck. And yes, you've got to make your own luck, but let's not put ourselves in that position again. I think that's kind of the frustrating thing as well. There were actually things that the boys could have had control on. The other one is, let's not forget that the Suns was at 4 or 5 points where they actually 2 times. Leah Rachel hit the post, and when you think to yourself, I think they lost about 20 points. There's 4 goals that they blew an opportunity on that were really, really gettable. So that's 20 points, and and there was moments for us as well. But I
think if we kick straight, we win that game by 4 goals.
Yes, there was a little bit that.
But the Georgiades snap in the second quarter.
More of Georgiades goals.
There was one more in the last quarter that we missed that we should have gotten.
Yeah.
I think there was the one that was over the line that was called tap.
Oh, Farrell's goal. Come on.
Yeah, Farrell's goal. The other one I will say is that I think I would still like to see the boys have a little bit of ability, is to just control play a little bit. They put themselves in panicky situations. They suddenly put the ball back into the heat of where it was 2 minutes ago, and then they just seem someone will do a pass that just suddenly is quite baffling. And I think that's still an immaturity in the side, or at least the gel of the team when they're working together. There's still something that might need a little bit of tweaking.
There's also the pressure from the opposing side you got to think about.
Oh, of course, but I still feel like Gold Coast are doing well, and that's probably another thing. If we could look at Gold Coast beating a whole lot of other sides, and if they can knock off Swans and they're beating a whole lot of other teams. I'm watching them in Metricon, mate. They're dominating each week.
We bet Sydney and the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast bet Sydney. So
one thing people need to do is actually stop thinking about Gold Coast as the old Gold Coast. They're a good Gold Coast. They're an incredible side now, and we beat them. So there's something to be said about that, I reckon.
Watch out. Jared Bishop's just stated something very good. Visentini, he's a very good shout for next week. I think that overall, as we get a message.
Travelled to Alberton for Magpies yesterday. The only 2 that looked like legit. Yes, Visentini and Schofield. Yeah, that's a good call. I was there with you, Jared. I agree.
We've got Scotty Lysette probably available next week. Probably one to 2 more.
I'd give him a couple more,
probably a good time to debut Visentini if you're going to do it. Do you think they matched our pressure in the contest which helped them get up? Not only that, they broke us apart on the rebound, and I think someone like Tom Cleary, and Mackenzie's a good one-on-one player. I think Tom Cleary's setup in defence is a lot better.
Also, majority of the time when the ball was broken loose, there was always a Gold Coast player.
So Cleary was out for H&S protocols, and so was Brent Jones.
Yep.
For a bit of a shell of our defence, it wasn't too bad, actually.
I think as well, I know the midfield mix is working with Rosie. I think Wine's had a quiet one. Houston, very good. It just seems like, even though Boak's not in there as much,
Lockie Jones up forward.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Lockie
brilliant.
Jones up for
Sam
Pepper.
They really like to create chaos, don't they? Their
You
chaos is
throw
exciting.
Lockie Jones, Sam Pepper, and Orazio will come in next week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got your pacey small forward.
Yep.
You've got Lockie Jones and Pepper, your defensive forwards. Combine it with Marshall, Dixon, Finlayson, and Georgiadis rotating.
Yeah, we're getting
through
that shit
there.
together eventually, which is great.
Change one door.
Does all right? One question before we. Our battery's still a bit good, but one
okay.
question before we sort of depart. Robbie Gray, is
Where do
he
you
coming
find
back
him?
into the side?
I
I think one more injury away from him
Yes,
coming
I was
in.
just going to say.
But I'm
He probably
almost.
has to at least come in for 1 or 2 more games for like farewell kind of
Can I
games.
just say, when you said one more injury away, and I think you were saying, you were implying someone else being injured. I'm hearing you say, from his point of view, one more injury away from he might be in, one more
it's
injury
actually-
from him, and he might retire.
It's double entendre.
Yes, exactly,
So,
exactly.
If he gets injured one more time, I think he's done.
Yeah.
But if someone else gets injured, he's back in.
Yeah. And I also wonder where the team's at. If the team is really looking like in getting finals, would he then see an opportunity? So what do you think, listeners? Do you think that if Gray wants to return, do you think it's going to be on the basis of also how the team is going and performing? If they're doing really well, and leading up to the finals, that's actually interesting, because in the leading up to finals, guys, you could almost justify, hey, no, Robbie, you can't come in now because our team's going really well. So it's an interesting.
That's another thing to think about next week. Fife might not be playing
Okay.
because of his contact with the umpire. He may miss a week.
Yesterday. Okay.
A bloody game, Cardman 22.
Yeah,
Big shout out
it
to
was
him.
a great game.
Why does Motlop keep getting games gifted by Ken? I think if Orazio was playing, he
why
wouldn't
does
be.
Motlop? Yeah,
There could be multiple changes next
big
week.
changes.
Agreed.
I don't think that game warrants you keeping your spot.
Yeah, 2-point win.
If I'm changing next week, I know it's early and we're just doing a review, but Mead, Frederick are both definite outs, and so is Mackenzie, because I think Cleary comes in for Mackenzie, Burn-Jones for Frederick.
Yep.
Frederick.
And you think
And then-
Fantasia for Mead?
Fantasia for Mead.
Oh, and that's just. I think that's not an actual negative on those boys. I think that's just the
class
class
coming
coming
back
back in. I would like to ask you guys a bit about Willem Drews and the listeners. Willem Drew was. I don't want to say that where was Willem Drew on the ground, because he did play, but
There was a few
he struggles up forward. I feel like he's just not a crafty forward, and he really is just a pure bit of a one-dimensional midfielder, and he's great at that. But can you see flexibility in Willem Drew's game?
Willem
He
Drew,
needs to work on it if he wants to be that way.
the way
He hasn't got pace, and he hasn't. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, the way he's moving is okay. I think his setup's good at the stoppage.
Yeah.
It's his one-on-one.
Yep. There's no
Right.
X factor there.
He gets beaten pretty well one-on-one.
Yeah.
I think he's overall got the package to be a good midfielder.
Wally says Drew's going to be a gun, and I said that from the start. I've said that from this afternoon until when I saw his game today, and I saw that he's just not being used right. So I agree with Wellesley. Wellesley's right. Wellesley's right, but he's just got to be used right though, Wellesley.
No, keep Frederick. Gives us good speed from defence to the midfield. He does, but I think he's
He
defensive.
misspelled it wrong. It was Frederick, not Fredwick.
Frederick. Piss off, Matty. I thought Frederick was quite poor tonight.
Yes, he wasn't. He
thought
didn't.
he was very
no
poor.
impact. Yeah.
Crowd numbers tonight. Jared, I think it was roughly 27.
Yeah, roughly that.
I wouldn't
We didn't
say
actually get
anymore.
told the number,
No.
which
But
is
it was loud.
Wines has lost all his bursts. Seems like less desire to tackle and hit space. Nah, some of the... he could be a little bit
off
reserved.
pace. Yeah.
But I think his attack on the footy in that last quarter was
Yeah.
some
I
of
think
the
he was
reason
also
why we
tagged
got
a
back
lot.
into the contest.
He was tagged a
Did
lot.
he start off on the bench? He didn't start the game, did he?
I bloody started Boak at half forward and I got pissed off. Do you hear about Drew's importance to the team during the week? Gets highlighted as unsung. Yeah, he's definitely an unsung hero. I think we just need more damaging midfielders.
Are we a settled team still? No injuries. We're still like an unsettled team, in knowing exactly what we want to
Sam
do.
Hayes playing next week? I don't think so.
You probably
Sam
see
Hayes?
Vicentini before you see Sam Hayes.
Against Darcy, yeah. Vicentini against Darcy would be huge, wouldn't it?
And the nickname
Darcy,
for
that's
Drew
it.
is the Phantom.
Right.
Mate, you boys on the other side were mega loud. Yeah, we were. actually.
Yeah.
When Boak kicked the point of the year,
The point of view, remember that wobbly point.
that was bloody
You lost your
unbelievable.
collective.
Have I missed anyone here? We've got up to 40
No,
people joining us at the moment.
No, this is
Fantastic.
awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Fife got
47.
off because
Far
the
out.
Carlton bloke.
Everyone's on the bus.
The bus, that's right. Drew is a tackling and contested beast. He is, that's right.
Yes.
So as long as he's got outside runners and good, that is a great.
Rosie.
Wellesley's a smart.
He's an
Wellesley knows
outside.
his footy.
Wellesley's very good. He's one of the comments
impressed.
a fair bit. I love his comments.
impressed.
Good stuff,
Very
Wellesley.
smart.
Good thinking.
So are we happy to
'Cause-
go after to go then for more damage?
You don't want to go.
I do not
For
want
more
to go.
damage off the field than not.
Yeah.
Well, we'd be just lambasted in the media every time he did something.
He'd probably end up at Moseley 7
You,
days
you
a
think
week.
you think they're having a go at Collingwood now?
Why not the
If
Windsor?
he wasn't a Collingwood, he'd be.
If he goes to the
smash
Windsor, that
them.
place won't survive. I wish I could have gone. I have COVID and I'm spewing that I couldn't go.
Oh,
Lucas,
oh,
I'm
Lucas,
sorry to hear
sorry
that,
to
mate.
hear that.
That's why we did a
Sad,
bit of a
man.
live thing here because
Bit special.
how's the collarbone? It's still broken.
Yeah.
We're nearly out of the sling.
How's your Collingwood?
Mate, do you know how hard it is to vlog with a bloody one arm?
Oh, he's doing.
You need a camera crew.
If you need rehab, mate, I got you covered. Yeah, hit me up in the DMs. I need some rehab. I need to get back playing in another 4 weeks' time.
So when you've got your hand here, who's scratching your balls?
Huh?
Who's scratching your balls when
My-
you get your hand?
Well,
Sorry
I
if
won't-
kids are listening.
I
Sorry,
won't
that was a
comment
funny
on that.
joke. It was a funny.
It's not past 9 p.m.
It's not.
I think-
That's right.
I was at the game and nearly
Yes,
had a heart
mate.
attack in the last 30 seconds.
Yep.
Oh,
All of us.
Yeah,
I wanted to throw things, but I couldn't because I hurt myself.
Exactly.
Early
There was a
thoughts,
child
beat
behind me I
Freo.
wanted to throw.
If we start well like we did today, we'll beat Freo.
Jones never plays SANFL again. SVP
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Jones.
They finally
That's
found a
great.
role.
Cool.
Yeah, I love
Finally
locking up
found a
that.
role. Rosie was best tonight, I reckon. Damaging.
Yeah.
He was the most damaging. I think Houston
He
was
did
still
well.
best.
The fact that he got us.
Hi,
Rosie
Pear.
got us
I
back.
was at the game. I nearly had a heart attack
Sasha Watts.
in the last 30 seconds. Hey, Sasha.
Only the best break their collarbones. Yeah, me and Bryn Teagle having dinner every week.
Who was that from? Who was that
That's from
Striker. Good call, Striker.
Teagues and me,
Teagues and you.
2 pairs in a pod. Yeah. Move over, Hutto.
3 pairs in a
If Hutto's
Shout out
listening-
Todd Marshall. Todd Marshall's the best key forward in South Australia right now.
Woo, his confidence has gone. Look, what I thought was when
I mean-
Dixon's coming back, I was a bit concerned.
Lazar.
But he has stood up. I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going to say that when Dixon came back, he eyeballed Todd Marshall and said, right, this is where it's laying. You are number one, mate. And have you noticed
think
that?
you're
Like
right.
Todd is leading that, and I really feel Dixon is playing a different game to his
He's playing a
previous
different
roles.
role, yeah.
And Dixon's flexibility to be able to be going up the ground and lead and let Todd and not be a
Dixon's
nuisance.
mostly in the mid or up more
Yeah.
half forward.
Dixon's
role.
not in the way. He's actually
Yeah.
contributing to help lead give space to Marshall in that forward line. Oh, I'm just so impressed with Todd that he's been given that role. And then there's Georgiades finds a way to kind of work his
Move
way through
around
and move
them.
up the ground a bit as well and become almost an extra midfielder in the link to the forward line. So, yeah, I do think our forward line's starting to find some.
I think the game is on
cohesion.
delay by the seam of some of the comments. So
Huh?
if it is,
Sorry.
move over Start of Origin, Port v Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's the call.
Ashley Jarvis, long time fan. How you going, mate?
Ash. Hey, Ash. G'day, mate.
Matey's here.
Yeah, nice
Nick's
to
here.
Yeah.
Have I
Now,
missed anything?
Portraits
here?
Podcast, Spreaker.com, Wednesday nights. For all you guys that listen to the pair and you want him, he gets on most times. Even we get him sometimes just coming on the last 20 minutes, half an hour of our podcast after he's on Pairs in a Pod. But
Start investing because if you invest in that, I'll actually get paid.
that would be
I'm
nice.
kidding. I'm kidding. I do it for the love.
It's the love of the game.
All right, I think we'll wrap it up. One more thing before we go. Simple yes or no. Do Port Adelaide make the finals, Matthew?
Yes.
Nick?
Yeah, that's it. Still
That
think
your
we can.
question is making the finals.
We're making the
That-
finals.
yes.
Port Adelaide will finish top 8. I'm going to go with yes because I think we upset Freo next week. And,
Yeah.
We haven't won against Freo at Optus Stadium yet.
Yep. Freo lose to Carlton and they're not going to be happy.
Years ago?
Yeah, I reckon we can get them.
We bet West Coast there
Even if you get a
twice.
2-point win by luck,
That's it.
it's a win.
We have not beaten Freo at Optus.
All right, guys.
So, all right, thank you very much for watching this live feed. You can watch the replay of this review. We've done a bit of a review simply because my life is very, very busy.
Yes.
And I'm not going to get
Stacked.
sleep if I don't do a review. So,
You got a light right
I've
behind
got
you
a
there.
lot.
It's
Hang
good.
on, I'll go this way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
anyway, thank you very much for watching, Port fans. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, listen to the Portraits podcast, get around Pairs on a pod. Hey, this lighting's very good.
This is very
Beautiful.
good. Well,
Hello.
shit on it from the start.
Anyway, thank you
Mark
very
the
much for
spot.
watching.
All right, guys.
My name's Anthony. That's Matthew. That's Nick. And as always,
Pairs, Portraits,
Calm the pair.
come the pair.
Woohoo!
All right, let's end this thing.